Hello, this is Tammy. We are here today to do just a gentle balance. Looking at probably about 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere under there. I'm thinking probably closer to 30. We are just going to work through a gentle range of motion here, trying to warm up some of the joints a little bit, maybe loosen up those hips. We're also going to work on our posture and our balance as we come through here. So we will have a few balance movements. If you wish to grab a chair or something that you might need to, or that you might want to use for balance, a pole works just fine as well. But we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn on a little bit of music. And if you have something that you really enjoy listening to in the background, you can always turn that back on. I don't want it to be really super distracting here. I just want it to keep me out of mischief here for the moment. So we're going to go ahead and just start very nice and easy by standing in mountain pose. So bringing our feet together on the floor, and they can be a just nice, comfortable kind of athletic stance here. We don't need to be with the feet totally together unless you want it to be that way. So we're going to take just a moment here, bringing the hands back into prayer, and let's just check in with a breath. So just a gentle, easy breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, trying to make that big and even. So we're going to fill up the throat, the chest, and the belly all the way around the rib cage into the back. And as we exhale, we're again just going to stand up nice and tall, draw that belly in, and clear everything back out. So just taking a couple of gentle breaths like that. Big inhale and a big exhale. On our next breath, let's go ahead and inhale those hands all the way up. We're just going to exhale and let them float down to the sides. So if it's a little bit difficult for you to take the arms all the way overhead, that's okay. Take them up as high as you're comfortable with. You may just bring them to your forehead, right? Big breath back up again. We're going to take a couple of times here. We're just going to exhale and let the arms float down on that breath. Taking our time, just nice and easy. Let's go one more time. Big breath through here. And as we exhale, let's let those arms float one more time. And then from here, we're just going to take a gentle rotation. So we're going to let those arms sweep. Just kind of swinging side to side. Arms can hit your belly, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Hit your legs, just nice and easy. So kind of focus. If it bothers you to turn as you look, go ahead and just look straight forward. Find something that you can keep your gaze steady on. If it doesn't bother you, just go ahead and let that shoulder lead the way, looking back over that shoulder. We're going to go one more time from there. And then I'm going to come back into the center. We're going to roll those shoulders back, big, big, exaggerated rolls through here. All the way. Nice and easy. And then we're going to reverse that direction, coming forward from here. Really getting up between the shoulder blades. Pull those shoulders back and make sure that the work is through the shoulders, not just by swinging the arms, right? Then we're going to take one forward and one back. Again, big, exaggerated movement here. You can rotate with that if you choose. And then we're going to reverse direction, go the other way. Beautiful. And then let's just roll both shoulders back. We're going to take the hands from here, keeping the elbows close to the side, and we're just going to take an easy inhale and an exhale. As we bring those hands back in, palms down, flip the wrist over, palms up. And again, from here, just very gentle, easy movements. Concentrate, focus on trying to move that with your breath. I need to slow down a little bit here. Exhale as we close it up. Nice big inhale as we open, and then we're just going to let these come back down. We're going to draw those elbows back up and relaxing down. Now, as we focus on that, we're again trying not to pull the shoulders up, right? We want to keep those down nice along the back. But as we bring these elbows up from here, we're just going to flip the hands back up just like we're touching the wall behind us. We're going to bring those back and down. And again, we're trying not to hike those shoulders up, but to keep them down and relaxed as much as we can as we move through this. We're going to take one hand up and one hand down. And just alternating those. Very nice and easy through there. We're going to do two more. And our last one. And then we're going to flip the other hand back up and release this down. Nice, gentle breath comes in. We're going to exhale, push that back away. Circle those hands around and pull that back in. We exhale again as we draw that down. We're going to open those hands back up. Gather up a nice big breath. Let's push that forward again. Circle those hands back around and pulling through. And let's exhale as we let that come down. We're just going to sink into those legs just a little bit. And then from here, we're just going to shift. A little bit over to one side, back to the other from here. You can let those hands go right along with it if you choose. Again, just shifting the weight. We're not taking and emptying out one foot. We're just shifting right and left here, or left and right, whichever works for you. Doesn't matter which way because we're doing them both, right? And then we're going to come back to the center and we're going to shift forward and back. So again, on here, we're not lifting up onto the toes. We're just shifting forward, rocking back from there. Just a nice, easy, again, just like we're blowing in the wind. So just practicing that a little bit. You can want to kind of grip the floor a little bit with those toes. And then we're just going to make a circular motion from here. So again, just kind of like we're blowing in the wind. And our goal here is to know where our center is. Kind of initiating that movement from the middle, reverse direction, coming back the other way. Stay nice and steady. Or if you're like me and you're talking too much, you may come a little too far, right? If you do, tippy toe to get out of it. Coming back into the middle. Good, good. Just one more time from here. And then we're just going to bring the feet back in underneath us so that we're nice and stable if we're not already. We're going to turn one leg out from here. We're just going to rotate that ankle forward. Then we're going to turn it the other direction. So we're going to bring the heel to the inside, and then we're going to bring it back out. And again, coming in and out. Now you can lift that leg back up if you like. You should feel that up in the hip joint, right? You'll notice you can actually see mine moving as I rotate my heel in and out. We're going to go one more time with that. Now you can do that on the floor or you can lift your foot off the floor like I just did. We're going to bring that leg back in and we're going to stir. So again, if you need something to hang on to, by all means, please grab a hold of it. Our goal here, though, is not to have to lean into it. We want to draw into the center and just stand tall. We're going to reverse our direction coming back the other way. Good, good, good. And then back to center here, we're going to put that foot on the ground. We're going to slide that foot back. We're going to reach forward here, slide that foot back around. So if you're looking from the center, you're coming forward, pulling back, and reaching to the front. So again, it's just a very small movement from here. We want to squeeze those shoulder blades back. And one more time from here. Reaching back to the front there. Let those hands just come back to the center from there. And then we're going to step out. So we're just going to touch that foot out. And we'll slide back up. So we're sinking into that leg just a tiny bit from there. And we're going to stand up nice and tall. Now, if you're feeling pretty confident with that, you can take the leg out. You can cross the midsection. Take it back again and cross behind. You can touch if you like. You also can stay on the floor and just circle that around, right? Easy touch and back. And let's go just one more time here. Cross the front if you wish. And let's take a gentle breath up, reaching all the way. And we exhale as we come back into the center from here. Beautiful. We're going to come to the other side from here, and we're just going to take that leg forward and back. Again, just a very gentle, easy sweep. You can take those arms any way that you like with that. And again, we're trying to have nice posture with this. We'll get back and I'll rotate. I knew I forgot something. And then we're going to take this out to the side. So we're going to reach this out. Oh, actually, I forgot. We're going to reach it forward, right? And pull it back. I'm sweeping those arms all the way. One more time. Now let's go to this. We reach with that toe. Or we can stay tall and reach it back. There's going to, again, be just a little bit of a soft knee as we come in through this. We can also keep the foot on the floor as I am right here. Sinking back as we slide. Let's do just two more of these. So coming across the center, opening out, sliding back, and one more time from here. Beautiful. Let that come back down. Bringing that back into center from here, and a gentle breath as we reach this up. And exhale down. Now we're going to go back and get that rotation because of course I forgot that on this side. We're going to lift this foot back up to the front here. So we're going to take that heel to the front and we're just going to rotate it the other way. So again, we'll take the heel to the inside. You can also lift it off the ground and rotate in and out. You'll again see that my hip is moving into that. I'm just turning that bone, rotating that bone up into my hip. And I'm doing that just simply by rotating where my heel is at. Of course, I can't do anything without my hands, so you can also rotate those as well, right? Then we're going to bring that leg in and we're just going to stir a little. Nice, gentle, easy movement. So again, if you need to hang on to something, by all means do that. Just try not to reach, right? We're going to reverse the direction. Good, good, good. And let's let that come back down. We're going to go ahead and set the foot back down from here. Slide this foot back and we're going to square off those hips. Now we're in just kind of a nice, strong, our split stance from here, but we want to be solid in that stance, right? We don't need to be way down, but we don't need to be up with our knees locked. Everything is just kind of soft and comfortable from here. And we're going to take one arm, big, big reach up. So inhale as we lift up. We can follow that with the eyes if you choose. And again, a gentle, big inhale and reach through. And again. And then we're just going to reverse that direction. Let's come over the top. Again, this is going to seem kind of similar to swimming, right? Reaching through from here. Long, long reach. Now, if it bothers you, again, to follow that with your eyes, just simply reach up and through, but keep your gaze to the front. Won't hurt us. From here, let's draw that shoulder across. We're going to look behind us if we can. Gently, we're going to turn that palm over. Let's come the other direction. Again, let's exhale as we bring this through. We're just going to do two more. Again, you should feel this, again, into your feet and your ankles, somewhat in your calves, ideally. All the way around. And coming back into the center from here. And then we're going to reach those hands all the way up and we're going to sink back gently from here. So shift those hips back, draw that toe back up. And again, nice easy breath, big long reach. Exhale as we sink back from here. Good, good, good. Nice big reach overhead. We're going to do two more like that. Lifting from here. And then we're going to exhale back again. This time as we come back up, we're going to shift our weight to the front foot. So I'm going to show you from the side. We're just shifting the weight lightly, right? So it's very small. We're going to lift and lower that back leg, but we're going to get our weight centered. We're going to squeeze. And if that's a bit much, you can slide that foot back and in and back and in. We just want to use the glutes. We're reaching from here. It's not a huge move whatsoever. And we're trying again to reach for that ceiling. Nice and long there, very firm, strong center. We have just two more to go here. Leading with that heel, and let's bring that back to set. Release that down. Big breath up again, right? Inhale, and relax. Then we're simply going to step the other foot back. So this time, let's go ahead and take that foot back. We're going to square off those hips again. Nice, strong stance. Big reach up on the inhale. Exhales, that comes back and through. Really focusing on the breath. Again, retaining your posture, draw the belly in. We don't want to have the belly just hanging out here. We do want to protect the back. Well, let's go one more time. Big, big reach up. Then we're going to reverse the direction, coming back over the top. Exhale again as we come through here. And a big breath. Take this at your own pace. Doesn't need to be on mine. Just want to make sure that you've got a big, healthy breath. And here's our last one. And as we come back around again, we're going to stop about parallel to the floor. I'm going to draw that arm around to that shoulder and look over the shoulder. So as we flip that palm up, we come back around. We're going to look as far back as we can over the other shoulder. Bringing this back in, kind of play with that a little bit and practice and see how far you can go. Remain stable. And notice where you're feeling the stretches at. I'm super tight through my hips. So I feel this through my calves and my hips as I come through. In a good way, of course, right? We're going to go just one more time. Coming back through here. And back to center. They're going to reach to the front as we come around. We're going to sink back, shifting those hips back, draw that toe up, and we're going to big lift up. Exhale again as we draw those hips back. Let that front toe come back up. Now, ideally, we should still be able to see the front, right? So the shoulders should be over the hips as we sink this back. We don't want to have it where the chest is lower than the hips. Let's go one more time from here. And this time as we come back up, we again are going to shift our weight to the front, really reach high with that leg, and we're going to squeeze. So we can either slide that foot back or we're going to lift just by simply squeezing the glute. We have 5 left, so long reach out, just like you're hanging on a bar, right? Breathe with it. Just 3 and 2. And our last one, and bring that back to center. Now again, always, if that's a bit much for you to reach overhead, you can always just bring those hands to the center here, right? Exhale as we come down from here, sinking that out. Reach those hands back up. And one more time, we're going to exhale down from here. Good, good. Letting that come into the center. All right, we're going to do one more thing on each side, and then we're going to move into a little bit more traditional moves here. So we're going to take one foot and just kind of turn that toe out just a little bit. We're going to start by making a big circle with the hip. So again, we can pull that hip up and around. We can also come all the way through if you prefer. Really opening up through the center here. And let's go one more time. We're in a reverse direction coming through here. Good, good. And relax that back and down. We're going to come to the other side. So again, circling through from here. And if you're okay with that, then we'll bring that back up into a nice full circle. Again, you can always hang on to something off to the side. Good. Now we're going to reverse, coming back over, circling back through here. Good. And one more time. Nice, easy reach here, all the way up here. And then we're going to exhale. Now this time as we come back up, we're going to inhale. We're going to reach those toes up as we lift. Exhale as we sink that down, right? Nice, easy reach. Exhale and sink it down. So continuing on from here, just a big breath. Exhale, let's go one more time. Big reach up here. And letting that come back down. Then from here, we'll take that breath all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to dive forward, coming down towards the floor. You can reach those fingertips down, or you can just let your body hang. Letting gravity work for us here for just a second. We'll take a breath and reach that back up. We're going to exhale. We're going to do that 2 more times. Reaching down from here. And a gentle reach back up. Let's go just one more time, all the way down. And a big inhale up. Coming into a gentle back bend. Releasing those hands back and down. Now from here, we're going to take a little bit more traditional style. So if you've got a mat, we're going to bring that mat back out from here so that we can move just a little bit. So the sticky mat here is mainly just so that if you want to move onto it, you don't necessarily have to worry so much about sliding. So for myself, I'm on the wood floor. Of course, I would slip and slide from here. So I'm going to try and make that a little bit easier. I'm going to turn this foot out towards that wall. This foot is going to point towards the front wall. This foot is centered in the blade of the back foot from here. We're going to start with a triangle. So we're going to take a nice breath in. We're going to shift. And we're going to drop those shoulders down. We're going to shift that hip back as we pull that through. And again, we can just come from the center from here as far down as you're comfortable with. You can look forward, look down, looking up wherever you are comfortable with that. If you wish, you can, again, reaching down to the ground. And we're going to inhale and reverse that. Really nice and easy. Using a gentle hand, we can push onto that head just a bit, opening up the front side of the body from here. We'll bring this back again. Gentle breath from here. We're going to shift this out and tilt it down. Again, long reach through the center from here. And I'm going to come into the center here and let that come back up again. Reaching back and then relax from there. So we can take this foot and kind of crawl it forward just a little bit. We're going to exhale down into a warrior two. So again, kind of getting a little bit more work onto the inner thighs here as we come into the center, opening up hopefully just a bit. We're going to reach this out and coming back. Let's go just two more. And our last one here. Holding in place, let's bring this arm around. We're going to open back out. We're going to sink a little deeper. Coming through. And reach. Let's go one more time. Hold it here. Nice, easy reach. We're going to do a switch with the palms here. So one palm up, one comes down. Good, 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 good. We're going to sink and come out of the center of that. Turn that foot back in. Big reach up from here. And let's exhale, sinking down. And again, nice, easy reach up. And coming back to center. Coming into the middle from here. Let that come down. We're going to turn the feet back out. So this foot is going to come to that side. This foot is going to point toward the front. And we're going to start with a triangle on this side. So a gentle breath again, relax, let those shoulders come down. We're going to shift the hip back as we draw that shoulder forward. And again, finding our spot, right? Where we are comfortable, but we can keep that length through the torso. You'll probably find that one side is different than the other. For me, this side is much tighter. So I've got to work a little bit harder, right? Or maybe not. We'll inhale up. All that depends on how I feel for the day, right? Reaching that back, and we don't want to take it to a point where it hurts. Exhaling and letting that come back down. A little uncomfortable is okay. Pain is not. Exhale as we relax. We're going to shift this over again, letting this come back down. And again, finding that position. And that's wherever we are comfortable with that. It may be high, it may be low. And each day is different, right? Pulling that arm back just a little bit. And then let's take that breath and reach back up from here. Coming back. And then again, as we kind of scoot that foot out just a bit, we're going to bring that out. So we've got that knee right over that ankle. We're going to exhale as we come out. Actually, exhale as we come in. Nice big breath coming out here. Just breathe. Doesn't matter. And let's take just two more here. Reaching out, opening up again, those inner thighs just a bit. Working that balance, of course, right? And let's sink this one down from here. We're just going to hold for a breath or two. No hyperventilating, right? Let's go ahead and bring this arm around. We're going to take it the other way. We're going to see if we can sink a little bit deeper. Bring back again. So again, we're drawing that belly in, lifting up through the pelvic floor, holding nice and strong and tight through that midsection. And let's go one more time here. And then as we hold out from here, we're going to do that flossing again, right? So we're going to take one palm up and one down, and we're just going to rotate those. So again, trying to keep that nice, strong position through the legs. Let's go two more here. And sink back in. We're going to exhale, sinking down from here, and gentle breath up. And let's go one more time. Good. Reaching up from here. Now, as we come down from here, we're just going to shift side to side, just a little bit from here. You can drop, just get a nice, easy stretch through there. We're going to go one more time each side. And then as we come into the center here, we're just going to focus on just making a happy face with the legs, right? So we come out, sweep, down and up here. Nice, easy reach over, and an easy reach back. Let's go two more, and back. And then we're just going to seesaw side to side just a little bit. Nice and easy here. This is a small movement, right? Let's go 4 and 3. Good. We're 2. And our last one. Now, of course, if you have any pain with that, bring it back in nice and steady, reposition into a spot where hopefully you can find just a little bit of a nuance. It may be small, right? It may be just more shifting with the upper body, and that's okay too. We can roll those shoulders. Go 4, 3, 2, and our last one. Coming back into the middle. Now, the next piece that we're going to work on from here is we're going to go down to the ground floor. You can also do this standing. You can also do this by leaning your hand onto a chair, a bench. So you can do it standing with your hand out, and you'll lift and lower the opposite. You can also come into the center from here, leaning over, sliding in and out, right? So whatever your version that you want to do is perfectly fine. We're going to come to the ground on all fours. So we're going to come down to the ground any way that you want to come. And from here, we're going to start with the cat and the cow. So we're going to brace the tummy nice and strong from here. Bringing the hands down. We're just going to round it all up. Just like a big old hissing cat, getting up in between the shoulder blades and into that low back. Nice inhale as we come back up. We're going to exhale again, tucking everything under. Draw that belly in. And an easy lift. We're going to go one more time from here. And drawing back from here. And coming to the center. So now, again, you can do this standing up. You can do it on the back, like using a couch or a chair, footstool, something like that to put your hands onto. If this is a little bit much, we're going to work into the wrist for just a second. We won't be here too long. And we're going to go just one more time here. And then we're going to come into the center, finding that neutral spot as we get into this position. Now we're going to start simply by taking our back arm first, and we're going to slide it out and back in. So we're going to do that without shifting all over the place or moving forward and back. So we're just going to reach out for it, and we're going to come back in. The other hand, we're just going to reach and come back in, and reach and come back in. Now, if you want, you can always lift that hand out and reach, and take the other hand out and reach. What we're going to do now is take the leg. So let's take the front leg first. We're just going to slide that leg back, slide it right back in where we got it. Extend that reach, right back where we got it. Taking the other side, same thing. Now our goal is to do this without wobbling all over the place. So we want to stay gently in place as much as possible. You can also extend that leg as far as we can behind us, and take the other leg, extend it as far as we can. Now we're just going to stay on one side. We're going to use the back arm and the front leg. As we come back into that all four position, get ourselves set up, we're going to start with the slide first. Just coming in and reaching out. Now, if that feels pretty good to you and you want to go a little farther, you can extend. Anywhere in between that is perfectly fine as well, right? So we draw that belly in. And again, we're going to move with that breath. Let's go just 4 more here. We have 4 and 3. Let's go 2 more. And our last one, and then we can set that down. Now we can reach back just a second again and round out that back just a little bit, coming down into the child's pose. You can shift and roll it just a little bit. And then coming back and up, we're going to come to the other side. So this time we'll go with the front hand and the back leg. So bringing these underneath us, we're going to start off just by sliding out and drawing back in. And sliding out, again, make sure we're nice and strong through the tummy. This time we're going to reach. If you choose, you can bring that in nice and gentle, full extension out, or again, sliding the hand and the leg. Let's go just 4 more from here. We're trying to extend these as far apart as we can. So taking that foot as far away from the hand as we can reach. We have 2 to go. And our last one. We're going to draw that back in from here. And then if we can, we're going to sit back onto the heels. So from here, we're just going to come up, squeezing the glute. We're going to sit that back and down. We're going to come back up, squeezing the glutes, and sit this back down. We have just 2 more. Reaching up from here. And our last one. Beautiful. So again, coming into the middle, we're going to take those knees just a little bit farther apart. From here, we're going to see if we can reach back and touch. Coming in the side. So you'll notice that I'm keeping the hips forward as I come back here so that I'm not sitting back like we just did. Okay, we're going to do 2 more on each side. Just do. Last piece right here. And then coming back to the center. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lay down on the floor for a second. So we're going to come into the middle here. And what we're going to try and do from here is just sit on the floor. If we can, we're going to split our feet. So we've got 1 leg to the front and 1 to the back. And from here, again, we're going to stay lifted in the middle. We can keep the hands on the floor beside us here, but what we're going to do is lift this knee up. So we're going to keep the heel on the floor. We're going to lift that front knee up. Relax that down. Squeeze and lift that back up. And relax down. Just opening up off the floor. We're going to do 1 more time from here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this heel and we're going to lift the heel off the floor. So we're trying to do that without really moving too much to the lean into it, right? So you may get a little bit of a cramp in the hip. If you do, just reach out of it and come back into it. We're just lifting the heel up. It's a very small movement. And then we're going to take the whole leg and lift the whole leg off the floor. Sit that back down. It's kind of hard to see, I know, with my mat the way it is, but we're going to lift and lower down. We can lift, extend, in and down, and lift, extend, come in and set down. Go ahead and bring that back into the middle from here. Then bring both feet together from here. We're just going to open out and in and out and in. That should be pretty simple now compared to what we just did, right? And hopefully gives you just a little bit of a range of motion so you'll notice one side a little bit different than the other. So we're going to come to the other side. We won't be here long. I'm running out of time. So as we come in again, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to find that position, right? So let's take this back leg and we're just going to lift it up. So again, our heel is on the floor. You can flex that foot and just lift that knee up as we come into center from here. The heel stays down, so it's kind of like your pivot point, right? And let's go 2 more. As you can see, I'm a little more open on this side. Bring that back. Now we're going to go ahead and keep the knee down. We're going to lift the heel up. So we come back from here and lift. Again, it's small. It is not a big movement at all. Nice and easy. Okay, then we're going to take this and we're going to lift the whole leg up and sit that back down and lift. Squeeze. Again, it's not big. We have 2 to go. And then we're going to lift and hold. Okay, so we're going to lift it up here. We're going to extend, pull, set. Lift, extend, pull, and set. Coming back into the middle from here. So that should probably be about enough of that, right? So from here, we're just going to bounce those knees just a little bit. Pull them back in and press them down. Draw them in and push them down. So I guess I could do this from the side, right? So we're going to just kind of bounce those knees just a little bit. Draw in and set. And in and set. So this is going to be our last piece from here. So we're just going to kind of sit back for a moment. We're going to come in, extend, back, set it out. Draw in, extend, back, and set. Lift, extend, back, set that down one more. Coming in, extend, back, and set. Then we can come back onto our side. And we're just going to finish a very small piece and I'll get us out of here. So from here, we're going to start off on the top. So if you can lay down on your side if you wish, or you can come back up. But if you're going to do that, lift and push back up so that your shoulders set and that you're not slouching down into that, because that's going to cause you a lot of problems in your neck and your shoulder. From here, all we're going to do is bring the feet to about a 45 degrees. So you've got a hinge in your hip from here that's very small. We're going to take that top toe and lift it toward the ceiling, and we're going to lift up. We're going to flex that foot and come down. We'll lift this leg back up and press and bring that down. Now, this may be small, right? It doesn't need to be big. It doesn't have to be big at all. If this is where you're at, that's okay. But if you can, draw that back up, flex that foot, squeeze like you're pressing it together, let it rise back up, and then squeeze and press that down. We're going to go just two more from here. So lift up, press, and one more time. Press that down. Then we're going to bring those knees in, and we're going to bring ourselves around to the other side. So again, coming back down from here, finding our position. And again, you can do these standing or you can do them laying on a couch, right? You can lean this arm back out or you can come back up. But if you're coming up, push up and away. Extend those feet to the front. So we've got that little hinge right here in the hip. We're going to go ahead and rotate out. So we're going to lift that leg back up. Flex as we bring that down. We're trying not to rotate back onto the hip too much. I'm pretty tight on this side, so it's funny. Some parts of it are really nice and flexible and others are really tight. This happens to be a position that's tight for me. So we're just going to do 4 more here. Lifting up, pressing down, squeeze, and press. We have 2 to go. And let's go just one more time. Exhale down from there. Then all we are going to do from here is just come back into the middle. So we'll find our spot again. And if you're okay on your knees, we're going to take the knees a little bit farther apart. We're going to shift forward and back. Sitting into those heels. We're going to reach off to one side and just kind of push back into that. It doesn't need to be big, right? You can go ahead and take it down into basically child's pose. So if you're pretty comfortable with that, you can bring it all the way down. We're going to go ahead and come back up from there. We're going to walk it back to the other side. Now, if this is where you're comfortable at, I would stay here unless you want just a little bit deeper stretch and see what you can get. You can reach those hands out, coming back and down. And then coming back into center. You do not have to have the butt all the way down. As you can see very clearly, I'm really tight. So my rear end isn't on my heels the whole time. When I come back here, sure. But when I'm actually reaching and setting, I'm away from that. So from here, we're going to see if we can rock back up by tucking the feet under and coming into just a gardening pose, right? So we're sitting down here. Most of us will kind of mess around a little bit, picking flowers and squatting down to get things. So from here, we're getting a nice little stretch on the back of the calves into the heels, somewhat into the foot, right? So our goal here, if we can, is to just push those heels down and bring the body up. So we're just going to come back into position from there. We're going to finish this just really nice and easy by sinking the chi. So bringing the hands into the center here, let's take these hands back and down. Take a nice easy breath coming up into the center. We're going to exhale down and sink that chi. And another gentle, easy breath reaches us out. Coming back into the middle from here. And exhaling down. We're going to go just one more time from here, and then we're just going to finish our last part. Gathering that back up from here. Coming back into center. Let's let this come back and down. We're going to reach this back up, circle those hands around, coming back into center from here. Let's exhale and let this come back down to the center and relax. We are all done for today. I hope that gave you just a few things to work through, open things up, got all the joints kind of a little bit more mobile than when you started anyways, my hope. A little bit of core strength and some good balance work. So I hope you'll join me again and have a fabulous day. Thank you. Well, apparently my keyboard doesn't want to work. I can't get it to stop. I can't get it to stop. What was it? I can't get it to, my keyboard is not working. I'm gonna have to go back and edit now. I can't. I'll make it disappear. I don't want that. I'll go back and edit it, but first I gotta get this fucking thing to stop. Hasn't worked all the way through it.